Yeah, who's starting the show this week?
Definitely not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. I've been to Italy.
Shall we?
Who we got? Simon Whale! Hello.
So yeah,
Episode 11.
Episode 11. So that's 10 and an urn.
Yes.
10
X1, as in
X1. As in X1.
I didn't realise there'd be foreign languages, if I'm honest.
No, the foreign.
So Latin here.
Yeah.
So Simon, introduce the show for us.
Where am I again today?
Today's the prop show.
This isn't the Dole office, is it?
No.
I get so confused. Better not be, they're watching.
Roll the titles.
There you go.
Good.
Tell you what, we've got one of the biggest names in the industry at the moment, boys and girls.
Chris England. No, we have Simon Whale in there.
Simon Whale's in the house.
I'm going to remove the one.
For the two people that have been living in a cave, who don't know who Simon Whale is, who hell are you?
Who's Simon?
Who are you and what do you do?
Simon Whale.
You don't look like the photo on your social media.
I
That's
don't.
like from 10 years ago.
That's why a lot of people won't work with me because they say that level of photoshopping doesn't befit me. Yes.
No, it's just 10 years ago.
Is it legal? Is it legal?
No, it's fine. It was a
Trade description.
It was a thank you. It was photoshopped, and it's all appropriate.
Okay, so come on then. Give us in one sentence. Who hell are you?
Who are me?
Yes.
So I'm Simon Whale. I've been in the industry as a prop tech guru. Last 20 years, director of Repeat Software, the leading CRM provider.
Excellent.
And still is. And I left a couple of months ago to pursue my own ventures and do a bit of consultancy because that's what all of us useless bastards do.
Excellent. Don't know what we've had more consultants here. And nobody else would talk.
I'm a consultant.
Okay, Chris, what we got on the show today apart from whaling?
Okay, so Simon's with us to talk about the property market in general. We've got a bit of news from our man on the ground in Edgware. We've got Ask the Prop Show.
Yep.
We're also going to find out about the future of prop tech.
Okay.
And then we'll probably have an interview from you with Charlie Wright.
Yeah, we'll do Charlie Wright. A bit of a thing. From Best Agent.
We'll drop in from Charlie Wright from Best Agent.
Yeah.
And then that'll be about us, I think.
Excellent. So, well, you start off then.
So, Simon, well, Watkins been away on holiday, so that's also something. He's been away to Italy, left us for 10 days, hence the lack of a show.
You're allowed to go on holiday, guys. Don't
you are.
Went to Turin.
Yeah, Simon. Let's talk about you for a minute. So,
thank you. Favourite subject.
Of course, yeah. So, obviously, most of us know you from Repeat.
Yep. Or many charitable ventures as well. I don't like to talk about charities.
Well, you did. To be fair, you did do some climbing, didn't you? Climb up stone.
Absolutely.
And what was that for?
Do it for Dom. So, do it for Dom. A very good friend, Dom Subiani, from FBO Estate Agents. Tragically diagnosed with Huntington's end of last year.
Yeah.
To prove that the disease doesn't stand a chance, he decided to climb Snowdon and drag me up it. So
were you raising money for him at the Esters?
We were. In fact, Sarah and Simon, obviously founders of the Esters, climbed with another 50 people, which is amazing.
Hi guys.
Great friends of the show.
They are great friends of the show.
And look, everyone has been, and what's been most amazing is to date, I think we've almost raised £65,000 and we're doing another couple more. So yeah, it's really good. It's really nice to see everyone backing it.
That's awesome, man. And so obviously you've left Repeat now.
Yep.
What are you doing with your time?
Oh, that was just so much. I mean, there's Jeremy Kyle, there's the two phases.
Yes.
And then I've my
been on holiday. He keeps going on holiday.
I've had my first holiday in 4 years. That's awful. That was actually the planning for Snowdon. The Maldives, the flattest place on earth. Go climb. Look, I left a couple of months ago to set up my own thing, so I have set up Kerfuffle Consultancy. Kerfuffle, making a kerfuffle. Hot off the press, you're the first to know about that.
There you go.
Because I just thought about it.
Have you registered it? Or should we just... Can you get that registered? Yeah.
You'll have to do .org. I missed the underground one.
.uk,
Yeah.
No, it's genuinely.
Make some money there, kids.
Genuinely,
Over the show.
Going back to it.
I've had to, because .co.com's gone, so I've had to do kerfuffle.it, kerfuffle it.
Oh,
And that's going to be
very
the
good.
thing.
Kerfuffle it.
Cause a kerfuffle. And
Sure,
look, basically, I'm going to be giving advice to not just prop tech, but to suppliers there, whatever skills, blackmail techniques I've learned over the last 20 years in growing it. Growing your sales side of things, working with your clients, so you've got the...
So this is helping estate agents then?
No, this is very much helping the people who feed off estate agents. This is the suppliers.
What, the prop techs?
The prop techs.
The prop techs.
Here we are, the locusts. Try and get rid of us. So, yeah. And then you're like this, and then, because of course one side of it wasn't enough, I'm then working with agents as well. So I'll cut through that. I am
a poacher and gamekeeper at the same time.
All at the same time, yes.
Excellent. Straddling the market.
Look, I've always
like riding a massive bomb.
It's the many faces of Simon Wham.
So,
so that's good. So hopefully, working with some of the best agents over the year, and hopefully I'm going to be able to leverage that.
Awesome.
Excellent. Well, what else is on the show?
We always ask all our guests, so what's with Countrywide?
Yeah, just FYI, at time of filming, shares are at 11 pence. What did you buy the mattress for?
52p.
52 beds.
I would mock.
Turns out
Simon has some shares.
But my next comments are going to be illustrative of how much I bought them at.
Fuck you.
I bought some more at 10p just to throw some good money.
It's 140, 120, 90.
So you bought loads at 50p.
Yeah.
You lost loads of money. And you bought a load more at 10p. Just to claw a bit back.
Well, you got to, haven't you? You got to.
They'll come back.
Push it.
So what's up with them? Is that the crux of it?
Well, yeah, because I mean, Countrywide, we had was it Simon Brown who was saying about Countrywide? It was the fact that they have all these brands, but no one knows Countrywide. They know all of the brands.
To be honest, that has been part of the success of it over the years, isn't it? Keeping the goodwill of brilliant brands, and up in my neck of the woods, Beresford Adams, for example, very strong. Well, Beresford Reeves always had a bit of a sort of a lower one, but it fit the place, didn't it? And everyone knows the Hamptons, for example, and everything else there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's actually, for me, it's a really sad story, and I think the reason when you actually know it's gone too far is when you get everybody on Property Industry INET going, they were a great brand, and that's their competitors. It's like stop kicking a dog when it's down. So I think caught between a rock and a hard place is the classic thing, isn't it? You've moved one way, trying to take it into the retail vision and everything else there. You've then stopped, and I think everyone was amazed how long they gave her. Alison there, wasn't it? And then they pulled back from that, and now of course the city is punishing them completely because it's and it is the right thing.
I was due to interview her, and then a week after she got bailed out.
Well, there's the Watkins Browns. Do you want to pretend this went out in June, and then we could say the same?
Everybody else he's filmed is still employed.
It's an almost. Yeah,
it's an almost 100%.
You're safe.
Everyone's safe. Yeah.
Did you walk or were you pushed?
Dude.
Did you just ask that?
I was genuinely pushed up that mountain. It was.
Well deflected.
Teflon whale.
And he's not doing that one pork.
Good luck making anything stick on me.
Speaking of making things stick, we were filming in Derby the other week, and someone got a parking fine for driving down a bus lane, didn't they, Mr. Watkin?
Piss off!
Tell us the story.
Okay,
Real criminal.
Okay, it's not a criminal offence; it's a civil offence. By the way, you've got to know the bloody difference. And what happened is that we've been doing a bite-out evening.
With Darren Cope. Hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren, friend of the show. And what we've been doing is like a bite-to-let presentation, and we were a bit peckosh, weren't we?
Yes.
Okay, so what did we do?
Golden Arches.
Golden Arches. I'll tell you what, and you've got to have a double cheeseburger, haven't you? DCB?
DCB.
Okay, and it was like, over there, but we couldn't find it. But then there was this like, no entry sign. But the McDonald's Arches was over there.
No one puts Watkin in the corner. So that's
Is that a line? You've crossed it.
Yeah. So anyway, 30 quid. I'll tell you what, that makes them double cheeseburgers
very expensive. 10 quid each.
£11.29 each.
Expensive burgers. Okay, cool. Well, I guess it's now time for Ask the Prop Show.
Yes.
Well, are we going to carry on asking him questions?
Yeah, because I'm going to ask him for Master PropShow.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're clever. You are.
Right.
Let's get
It says, it's time for...
It's fixed.
Ask the PropShow, and I fixed it. Look.
The fez is fixed.
Okay, this week's Ask the PropShow.
Where'd you get them tassels from?
I got them from your mum's...
Too much.
Too far.
If Simon Wales blushing, that's too much.
Too far.
You see that line there?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
went right up to it and pushed it a bit. Okay, go on then. Go on then.
Okay,
make
so,
it snappy.
Simon, make it snappy. Prospecting.
Yeah.
Ask the PropShow this week. We would like to know your top guides to prospecting.
Maybe like
Do
top
it.
three.
That's it.
Top
Do
three.
it.
Top three tips for prospecting.
Okay, well, actually, do estate agents actually prospect?
Well, do they, Simon?
Yeah, the best ones definitely do. And if you see when Josh Fegan obviously came over here, was the guy who pretty much kicked it all off, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Much as it shouldn't be that amazing to want to talk to your past clients. You know, people like Streets Ahead didn't just talk the talk. They've since adopted 2 45-minute sessions a day, and they smash it out of the park.
into their diaries.
So you've got Stephen Brown. Well, we'll bring on Stephen, friend of the show.
Friend of the
Sorry,
show.
carry on.
No.
Carry on.
It's, look, I mean, you know when you walk into or past a great agency, because you'll walk past the others and they'll all be like, you know, doing that. And you go into a Streets Ahead office and you can hear the difference, can't you? You know a successful agency
On the
there.
phone's doing it.
And I don't care where you
Stephen
are.
Brown's top tip. Pick
Yes.
up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Well,
Pick up the
he's
bloody
caught
phone.
He's
Where's the crumble?
I said,
Where is the crumble? I got some last week.
We have actually got some crumble. We'll get some props.
We'll get some for when Simon Bradbury's on the show
When
next
Simon
week.
Bradbury's on the show next week.
We'll
have some crumble.
he's a
We
good
still
guy.
need a golden
He's good.
plate.
He's not the best Simon, but he's pretty good. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so,
that's
I mean,
it.
So first of all, know whether you're doing it or not. So a lot of people,
No,
will, you know,
no.
they'll shrug their
Why
shoulders.
don't they? Why
well,
don't they pick up
again,
the phone?
I don't know. I know a little bit about this.
Okay.
It's because their CRM software, either they don't know how to get that information out,
Right.
or the CRM software, believe it or not, doesn't have the ability to show very easily. Here's all, and again, Josh says, don't call them past clients; they're clients. And so go in there and say, when have those been spoken to?
So what would you...
I don't know. I'm
advise?
sorry. I think it's deeper than that. I think people fear the word no.
Yeah, but
Rejection.
That's definitely the next reason on is why they aren't doing it at all. Without a shadow of a doubt, there people just don't want to put in the time for something. As we were saying, you know, it used to be every 7 years people meant to move.
Yeah.
It's much longer than that.
15,
now.
16 years.
Just not keeping in contact.
Why would you want to do it? You're in here. You're
No, if you're a
probably going to be a
22-year-old
different
now,
agency or out the industry.
You're not going to be there in 15
No,
years.
not
You're going to be running the firm, aren't you?
No.
Fair enough. Okay,
No.
fine.
What else?
But that's not an excuse to get away with it. And as a principal, as a branch manager, if you're not on top of that, I would have a rule: don't bring me any marketing campaign or start whinging about needing a new PropTech service until you can prove to me you've spoken to every
You
single.
put it into the job
prospect.
description of anyone new John
Absolutely.
in company. You must spend an hour a week on the
I mean,
phone.
for all the talk about how brilliant PropTech is, unless they can use the most basic one, which is this.
The telephone.
And the irony
Who
is,
said that?
this
Was
does.
it Steve Brown said that's the best, most important?
Yeah, most
You know,
important.
you're like separated at birth.
That's
weren't
because
you?
I copy everything, I nick everything, I recycle. But that's the point. As these do more and more and more,
Yeah.
they've stopped doing some of the basics, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think so, but I think that's the failing of everyone though. I think as soon as you get busy,
Double busy.
stop doing the basics.
Double.
Mickey Flanagan.
And that's why it's a trough, isn't it? So you get to feast and famine. It's always the same, isn't it? Busy.
Okay, so what's your
Appointments,
top tip for agents actually doing it? I mean, it's a shame they don't. You can outsource your.
You can. Look, so you absolutely, thank you for seeing it.
Bring on the plug.
Still not got
Here comes the sales pitch.
Okay, so
Sales trough. Okay, right, no, I'm going to actually do. I'm going to do the right thing. Before I shamelessly plug, I am actually going to say what you need to do is obviously, get somebody like Stephen Brown, agency mentors. Doesn't matter who, Julian O'Dell, you got round the corner here. All of these people will give you the best possible course. That's the grounding that you need from that point on.
Still love Stephen Brown's half-day course. Amazing.
And also, what you said, like you're alluding to, is it's an investment in itself. It's not a cost.
It's the cheesiest sales thing ever. You know, you don't describe it as a cost; it's an investment. Well, if that isn't, a genuine investment, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
The problem is it can obviously fade off over time, which is why I'm really proud to say that I've actually invested in a company called PropShow.
What about get the drum roll? Drum roll.
Oh, sorry. You know what, we'll re-edit this.
so you've invested in...
Keep that in. It's
A company called Yeah, this is just seamless. This is
quality broadcast.
I tell you what, they don't see this bit, do they?
No,
this is a bit that gets
everything
chopped out.
goes on. All the dwarves behind. That's the.
I know.
Oh, it's little people. Sorry. Yeah. It's doing the lights.
Jesus.
Can you not see that? Sorry, that's.
Okay.
So yeah, look, it's a company that actually does the prospect.
What are they called again, sorry?
Prospect Engine.
Right. Yeah.
And if you think about what they are, everyone knows what a fantastic job Moneypenny do. They take the inbound calls. Prospect Engine simply specialises and takes that outbound.
Just call it penny money.
Okay. Where can people find about Prospect Engine?
On the website,
Which is
prospectengine.co.uk. Yes.
Do the noise, Matt. Thank you.
That's it. Shifted across.
No expense spared.
No expense spared on the sound effects.
It's always more digital.
And then second question. This is a relatively quick one. You can change. You're all right. You're dying.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a bit of a cough from a holiday.
Boom. The world's smallest violin is playing for you. If you could change one thing about the industry, what would it be?
Learn from some pretty obvious bad lessons, isn't it? You know, to stop having to recreate the mistakes that your competitor down the street has done for keeping up with the Joneses effect.
Yeah, there is that in the industry, isn't there? Like a snowball effect, like they're doing it, we should do it.
Taking it back to the PropTech one as well, genuinely, I know again everyone shouts out ROI, but measure it religiously, and if it isn't working, drop it.
And do review.
Yeah.
Systemise your business. As John Paul, great friend of the show.
JP.
Got his book.
Stress to success.
Stress to success.
Nothing in it.
It's colouring in book. Don't tell him though.
GP, sponsorily.
You went for the accent.
We gave him subtitles on the show.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's a wonderful human. Okay, cool. That's good. Well, that's the end of our PropShow. So,
good stuff.
Matthew,
Okay.
what's it time for?
Can we? Simon's
got a pair of one-down glasses.
Put these on.
Put the glasses on.
And we're going to sing the one down song.
One dome
for the lovers of one dome. Okay, you get to keep those.
We could have worked on that before. So I felt a little bit left out there.
Okay,
we'd have to have singing lessons.
They are the show sponsors. They've sponsored us.
Very good.
By giving us some sunglasses.
They've sponsored us no money.
£0 and pence, but they have given us some kick-ass yellow glasses.
And what that is, guys, is to send your bribes for next week's show.
Do you know, we need more stuff.
Who's going to sponsor us?
What's it time for now, Matthew?
We're going to go to our man on the ground, Steve in Edgware and Bushy. So, property report. Steve, what are you saying?
Steve says people always need houses.
Thanks, Steve. So
he's very insightful.
He's very insightful.
You didn't run it by me again, either, did you?
No. So the only thing we've got left to do really is to ask Simon one final question. In terms of what happened to Harley Quinn?
She fell off.
She died.
Yeah.
She fell off. We put her in because.
Why have they got big heads?
She couldn't cope with the answer that was just about to
She
come
couldn't
back.
cope with the monstrous answer. The future of PropTech.
Yeah. Well, that's not wide order.
80% of it's a waste of time.
Who is quoting Pareto, the 80%?
It bloody well is. So these
loves his Latin, taking it back to the start of the show.
Yeah, I know. Start the show.
Look at that. It's a story arc.
Okay. There's all these software techie heads who are coming up with solutions to problems estate agents don't have. Okay, don't get me wrong. 20%, God-given awesomeness of loveliness.
Thank you.
Which one do you like best?
Well, obviously, my favourite CRM system is. I do actually like Reapit.
That would have got all.
No, that's CRM system.
Oh, sorry, right.
Yeah. Okay, Fixed Float. Love.
Hi, Raj.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, look. Hang on. Look, we've got.
Look.
Look, we've got a fixed.
We need some more of these, Raj.
Yeah, a fixed
Please.
flow block.
Okay, I'm a big fan of PayProp. And Good Lord. I've got a little soft spot for Good Lord as well.
Oh,
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your faves? And ones that you're not financially involved with.
Well, that gets much more awkward. Cream Club? No, okay. A little bit too out there. It was hard.
Google it.
Look, take it back again there. Do the basics, do them exceedingly well. You talk about Countrywide. One of the other things is any business this day and age, every CRM company now has a combined sales lettings package, combining together the two parts, the main parts of your business there. It is a must-have these days. It's not a nice-to-have. So obviously, as we said before, Countrywide have separate systems at the moment, as do many of the companies there. That benefit that it gives you, regardless of all the GDPR issues and everything else, the value of a contact note and everything else.
What would you say to all the prop tech firms out there?
Invest in video.
That's what we say.
Invest in video.
No, look.
But just so you know,
that's their telephone number if you want video. Look, that's the end of your bloody pitch. Let's get back to the punter. Shut up. What would you say to any prop tech firm at the moment trying to get into a estate agency, selling stuff to estate agents and letting agents?
Well, how about this? How about knowing your audience? Maybe that's the thing.
Yes.
No. Rather than sat in your ivory tower and designing something that is
or
great
in your basement, like we are.
Well, yes, fictional chamber. That's where I'm going next. It is.
Have you let him on?
It is. Have a round table with a set of clients, stroke prospects before you turn out your amazing proposition, because it's too late or much harder to roll back from, isn't it? Once you've released it there. Far many don't do that.
If only there was people in the industry who could be the go-between or the bridge between estate agents and prop tech people.
And wouldn't
that be marvellous?
It would be marvellous.
What would you say?
We need a hero on there.
Hold on, get the sound effects. Hold on.
Hang on, is it that one? No, not that one.
Not that one.
That means I've bombed.
Yeah.
For that. That's...
No, hold on. We'll get the sound effects. Tino, come on, Grace.
Which one it is? Maybe. Jazz hands. Maybe that's. I think that's as good as it's going to get. But yeah, I think.
No, if there either was someone.
Look, it's easy. If you want knowledge of obviously how to
Tell us, Uncle Simon. Tell us who that man.
If you want to know how to become the best, simply the best supplier in the industry, come to the person who has won more awards than any other supplier.
Mr. Awards.
Awardor.com.
Awesome. Well, that's
I
it
haven't
then.
registered that.
I think
that's it for the show.
show.
Oh no, we have a little chat from you with Charlie, didn't we? Charlie Wright.
Yeah, we put that in.
No.
Should we put him in?
I think we should put him in.
I thought we put that in.
No, we haven't put it in. We'll put it in now. So here's an interview of Chris with Charlie Wright.
Why don't you think agents only pick up 60% of the leads that come through?
Have you seen how many lettings applicants register? You have one new flat come on the market for rent at an affordable price in an area that's popular.
And
they
it's like
are
tramp on
mobbed.
chips.
Okay, and if you're expecting the agent to respond to every single one of those, they're just going to be sorry. They haven't got the time. It's not viable for them to do that.
So, do you think the likes of an on the market or different portal, if the agents were prepared to integrate their CRM systems to the portal, the tenant could actually click on the link and book almost a viewing there and then?
That's what happens in every other industry. That's what the consumer's expectation is. In any other industry.
But in our industry, it's send the email, hope it gets made, then pissed off phone call.
I promise you, if you talk to home moving consumers today, they go to Rightmove and Zoopla because that's where most of the listings are.
Because that's what they want to see, the properties on the market.
Yeah, they want to see a comparison. But they want to be able to go, right, I'm ready, I've got half an hour now to find someone and book a viewing. The reality is, I've got to wait probably till tomorrow till the agent can call me back, if they call me back. But typically, 40 hours later, I've had nothing.
So would you actually say that actually the portals have actually held back a estate agency?
I completely believe that is what has happened. If you look at how technology advances in all other industries, it's ceaseless innovation.
Because it hasn't changed. I can remember Rightmove when I was a valuer back in 2000 with the Halifax. It hasn't changed.
The process for the consumer has not changed.
So how can it change and how should it change?
Technology has one job in every industry. Thank you, that's it. That is its only job. And you've got these large tech companies with large tech departments and for completely understandable reasons, shareholder value, they're investing in increasing the value for shareholders. Well, they'll get away with that for a while. But at some point, we all know what agents feel about it. And the consumer doesn't have a voice to say, actually, we're fed up too. Can you please allow us to interact with these businesses like the rest of the world does and be able to book stuff online if we're qualified, right? You definitely don't want anyone to do it because then agents get their time wasted again. But if you qualify them properly, let them book stuff. I mean, we did this. So Easy Match is a Logic Estates website, which is a WordPress-based website that is powered by Easy Match, allows qualified, i.e. pre-registered applicants, to with 3 taps of their thumb, when a new they get an email saying, here's a new instruction, would you like to view it? And if they say I want to book a viewing, the very first thing it does is say, the next available slot is 2 p.m. on Thursday. Book it, yes or no? Yes.
Online booking.
Online, and that's that applicant with that negotiator at a time that they know that property is available. So in other words, they get a confirmed viewing appointment.
So when the property goes on the market, the estate agent has already preloaded when they're going to be at the property.
Well, not when they're going to be there. They with the vendors, so you have a property diary. And the vendor says, these are the slots.
Yeah, but this is what Purple Bricks did a couple of years ago, and everyone was going, oh my God, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Are you saying you've had this before Purple Bricks?
Yeah.
So why are Purple Bricks getting all the press on it then?
Most agents don't want people booking viewings online.
Why?
They believe that it takes the control of the process away. And there is an argument for this, right? So,
because you'll have time wasters booking it, won't you?
You've got at least 3 different parties involved in booking an appointment. You've got the owner,
yep,
the agent, the applicant, sometimes the tenant as well. Okay, so you've got at least 3, if not 4, parties who all have to find a time that works for each other, and you've got to have all the communications between them. It's actually a really complicated process to get it right. Having built it myself, I understand that. And a lot of agents go, it's better if we can control it.
Then they can prove their fee, or think they can.
Well, no, it's not so much that. It's there are times when an online booking will allow a booking to take place at a point when actually they can't do it, and that means they've got to go and unbook it and reschedule it. So it does require an awful lot of correct input up front. Purple Bricks works because the vendor controls their own diary. Right? So you haven't got other parties involved, just the vendor and the applicant, that's it.
Okay.
But what they have proved is that is popular. People do want to book appointments online. I think the biggest single step to improve the consumer experience that our industry could take would be to allow online viewing bookings in a way that works for the agent. It has to work for the agent first and foremost.
Because they are the gatekeeper.
Absolutely, they are. So in other words, you don't let unqualified people book.
But then does that mean the person has to fill the form in?
Once, yes. So, every agent expects to qualify an applicant, don't they? Because you get so many.
Now, is this a form they're filling in on the portal or a form they're filling in through the agent's website?
It doesn't matter. Maybe they've registered with the agent on the phone, maybe they've walked into the office, maybe they've done it by the website. The way Easy Match works, it's all the same. Okay. But the point is that applicant then gets given a registered status, so we know that they have been verified, registered, and that they have the control on a per property level and on a per applicant level to allow or not allow online bookings.
I'm with you.
See, it's in now.
Yeah, it's
I like Charlie.
Problem solved.
Speaks well.
Problem solved.
I like that.
Yeah,
Good. Right, okay, so I think that's about it, isn't it? So there's only one thing to shout, and that is... Shalom!